everyone. Welcome into Yelling from the Couch. I'm Brent Humphries, and I am joined by Steven Compian from Sports By Compian on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts and all that. He's back on the show. Steven, welcome back after a big win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night on Monday Night Football. How you doing, Steven?
Wonderful, Brett. Thank you for having me back on the show. Yes, of course, the Buccaneers pull out a win, are now 2-0 for, I believe, the fifth time in a row now or so. This is NFL, like no one's done this since like the 70s. That teams have had this many consecutive 2-0 starts. There was never any doubt about the game. It was really a smooth night for Bucs fans. No stress whatsoever. We're all just firing on all cylinders, really.
Yeah, right. I mean, Baker Mayfield had a clean game, clean pocket all night, didn't get touched or anything.
Yeah, he was under no pressure at all.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing you love about it is that even with both of our tackles being injured, not just Tristan Wirth being out, but also Luke Gedeke getting himself re-aggravated his ankle injury from the previous week and was out as well. So that was cool. That was what you want when you're going against Donnell Hunter and Will Anderson, is you want both of your tackles to be down because you really want to challenge your depth and see what you're working with for the long haul, for the playoff rush. And now we know Charlie Heck, not very good at tackle, but he could sort of survive out there for a game, kind of, maybe, if you have Baker at quarterback. Otherwise, maybe not.
Yeah, Bucky Irving, man.
Right, you still there?
So
there
impressed. Yeah.
We found the run game. We found the run game, and that's what mattered.
Yeah, he's impressive out there, just bouncing off tackles.
He left there, guys.
Just
so
keeps
I'm just
going.
Go ahead and talk
I'm
about
a big
this whole
Bucky
Bucs
Irving
game
guy.
in general. Pretty much going to break down what happened. So, the Bucs go ahead and score on both their early possessions. We scored on both the number one and number two. Baker finds 2 touchdown passes. The whole night looks like it's just going to be a great old night, and we're going to be winning tons. But yeah, of course, there was the whole Luke Gedeke getting an ankle injury during the second drive. While that was happening, Houston Texans also scored on their first 2 drives. They just happened to get a touchdown and a field goal as opposed to 2 touchdowns. So the Bucs are leading this whole thing. It's all looking good. Luke Gedeke gets a concussion, and that was kind of it for the Bucs offense. After that, it was basically just the Bucs on defense the rest of the night. Houston on defense the rest of the night. These teams were exchanging 3 and outs. They were exchanging missed field goals. Thanks, Money McLaughlin. I don't know what happened to you, but you're suddenly not money anymore, and it's tragic. It's scary. Brett, are you back? Is that you? Is that you in the distance, my friend? Call out twice if you have pineapple. Oh, there he is. There he is, folks. Yes. That's right. Our host is back. Oh,
I love Riverside.
We can hear him too.
I'm going to say. I'm about
Hello,
to
Brett.
StreamYard
You're
this
back.
Sucker, I'm telling you. Man, but like we were talking, like Bucky Irving. You got me? Okay, yeah. Bucky Irving, man, runs hard, bounces off of tackles. Yeah. You can't just lean a shoulder into this guy because he's going to bounce off of it and go for another 50, 20.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I was just telling the audience about how the Bucs scored on their first 2 possessions, so did the Texans, and then after that it was just a defensive battle. And yeah, Bucky was finding space. Rashad White actually had himself a decent night. Baker was looking a little off on some of these. It wasn't fully his fault. It feels like he was trying to force the ball to Mike Evans, who might have been playing his last game in Texas, and it looks like he's hinting at retiring this year, maybe next year. He's in his twilight years. So I think there was a lot of nostalgia that this might be his last game in Texas. So I think Baker was trying to force the ball to him a little bit. Credit to Derek Stingley. He's a fine young
like you said,
corner,
the beginning of the game,
really shut down Mike
it looked
Evans
like it was going to be a shootout, like a track meet, back and forth. Good for offense, if you love offense. But they settled down in the defense. Both defenses really settled in, and the other teams really didn't have a whole lot going on for most of the game in that second half and on. Houston's running game, they could not get a running game going whatsoever. No. Aside from a Nick Chubb,
they couldn't get anything going. I mean, the Bucs are really good against the run. We're already really good against the run, and the skeleton of Nick Chubb is just, oh man, he is not the same running back as he was all those years in Cleveland. Which is these running back handles run fast and
I seen like in the second game, Justin Herbert led the Chargers in rushing. So it's not just a one team. I mean, it seems like a lot of teams, if you don't have a really good running back, the rushing yards aren't there this year so far in the first couple of weeks.
And that is usually pretty typical. I feel like it may take offensive lines a little bit longer to mesh to be able to really start to create those open lanes for the running backs to get through. Yeah, as you mentioned, Derrick Henry had himself a really down day. So, like, I think he had, like, something like 11, 16 carries and got, like, no yards. Thanks, Derek. Didn't cost me a fantasy game. And then, so there's definitely some people struggling to find some rushing yards right now in the early going. Alshon Jeffrey, he's still under 100 rushing yards right now?
I thought it'd be hard for him. The type of runner he is, he wants to run you over. You can do that when you're playing Mountain West football up there in Boise, but you come to the NFL, you're going to have to adjust for sure. So, yeah.
Sure. There's some big boys.
No.
Unless you're beast mode, you're probably not going to be able to run
coming right out of college. You're going to have to adjust to the way they play in the NFL before you can start plowing people over.
Indeed. But just to finish up on that Bucs game, Brett, so as we mentioned, it did look like a shootout until Luke Gedeke gets himself, re-aggravated ankle injury. In comes Charlie Heck. The offensive line never looked the same. Baker never looked settled again. But there's just something about being a Bucs fan lately that there's just there is a sense of calm when Baker's in charge, because you're just like, he's gonna figure this out, right? They keep on giving him the ball back. CJ Stroud can't seem to get it together. Like, I think we're gonna be okay. Just for no reason, you have this belief in yourself, and it could be 4th and 10, Brett, which it was. It was 4th and 10, and I'm like, all right, well, he's either gonna get this or I'm going to bed. But there was just this belief that, like, I think he's gonna get this somehow. Like, he should have gotten on the previous play when he nailed Emeka Mbuka, wide open down the field. And Mecca, I think he saw that hit coming, sort of maybe lost concentration for a second there. But, dude, Baker just 4th and 10, casually breaks the tackle of the middle linebacker and takes off.
Yeah, and he takes a hit.
And we never looked back from there.
He takes a low hit at the end of that, too, and kind of flips over.
It's a beautiful thing.
And earlier on, he did.
He got
He's
beat
in
up.
an ice bath right
now. He
now.
got beat up, man. He took some hits for this team.
after that. But, man,
for
him
sure.
to come out and that's pretty gutsy. To get hit low, get your ankle hurt, on a previous drive, and still take off and get that first down for the win. He's just, he's gutsy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gutsy, dude, and we love him. He's a dog, as they say. He's got that dog in him, man, and he just plays like it. He really plays like it. But yeah, that's pretty much how the Bucs game went, man. I was impressed with Todd Bowles' use of the clock. I was like, oh my God, why is he running it down?
There were still 2 timeouts left, I believe, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah. I'm like, what is he doing? But then he scored. And it was like, okay, cool. All right, perfect. Now there's no time for the Texans. I'm here for it.
Doesn't return that it comes to the 35. They can't even get the field goal range. They have to throw a pass or something like that. So, I mean, it's a long shot either way. So, smart by Todd Bowles there.
For sure. So let's talk about a game that's maybe a little bit sad.
Hey.
Right? Some things happen. Your team's 2-0. Let's focus on that, huh? Hey, 2-0 for the first time in a very long time, right? Unlike the Bucs.
I can't do it, man. I can't be positive.
Right.
Jamar Chase has 14 catches, 100 and some yards.
Yeah, tough.
He's back to doing Jamar Chase things. T. Higgins had some big catches. My guy, Mitch Tinsley, who I believe on your podcast, or maybe it was on this podcast that you was on. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
It was on this, and I was wondering if that's who it was.
Yeah,
after he came down with that catch. His first catch is a touchdown.
Yeah.
And a crazy catch.
There's some good things.
Well, a hell of a catch, too.
But in the second quarter, old Toe Burrow gets hit once again. The line lets him down once again. He gets help off, goes to the locker room, and it's reported that he's got a torn ligament turf toe. He's out 3 months on injured reserve now. Chance to come back in December. We've got Jake Browning. Season's over. Jake Browning threw 3 picks the other day.
Our boy Jake.
But he led them on the game-winning drive. Played great on that game-winning drive right there. It had enough, wherewithal to reach the ball over and get the touchdown there. Some positives come out of that, but there's rumors that the Bengals were in talks with the Giants about Jameis Winston.
You want it. You want the Winston trade. Or Kirk Cousins. That's another good option.
I don't like either option, really, compared to Joe Burrow. I mean, because, it's Joe Burrow, but at the same time, Jameis is going to be exciting. Could you imagine him and Chase and T. Higgins and that whole offense? Yeah.
Yeah. With those weapons, my God.
You're going to lose 40
with those weapons, that would be fun.
Every week. But it's going to be entertaining as can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Jameis will have 2 pick sixes and 4 touchdowns every week.
The Vikings Sunday, and I'm like, all right, we get J.J. McCarthy. No, J.J. McCarthy's out, so now it's Carson Wentz for the Vikings and Jake Browning. So
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm like,
the matchup we all saw coming
better about this game right now, but just because of the quarterbacks, I don't know, man. It's
what's going on with the injury bug? The injury bug's out of control this year. He's biting everybody. You got two more bucks last night. Like I said, Luke Gedeke gets an ankle injury. Kalijah Cansey had his foot hurt or something. Cansey's always getting hurt though. But regardless, like what is going on?
I'm not for injuries or anything like that. I just let's go out. Let's play a clean game. Let's get everybody healthy and go on to the next week. Not this mid-December stuff. What are we doing?
Yeah. No. What are we doing? We got to have Joe Burrow, one of the stars of the league, already
last
out.
year, he's healthy the whole season. And the Bengals screw around at the beginning of the year and don't make the playoffs. And this year, they go 2-0, and then he gets hurt, and he's going to be out for most of the season.
Yeah. I'm also wondering what's going on with that stat coming out about how Joe Burrow's already been sacked more times than Andrew Luck in 15 less games.
It's not good because, I don't know, Andrew Luck was like, you know what, I'm out.
That's not good, Brad.
I've been hit too many times. I've been injured too many times. I'm out. Burrow's just a year younger than he was when he done that.
Yeah, now.
No. Dude, no, it's not. It's not good.
This ain't
great. It's not good at all.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. They need to find a way to protect Joe Burrow, and that's been the thing for years now. It's like, hey, they need to find an offensive line for him. They got him receivers.
You've got receivers. They paid Trey,
so you can throw it to
but
those
you've
guys.
got to protect your main investment, and that is your quarterback, Joe Burrow. You can have Chase, you can have Higgins, all you want, but if Burrow's not playing half the time and you've got Jake Browning or a Jameis or whoever throwing to him, you're not getting the return on the investment on Joe Burrow right now.
So do you think the Jaguars had a chance to win this game?
The Jaguars came out fired.
Bengals were fine?
They come out first drive. Lawrence leads them right down the field, touchdown. Bengals come down, they score. Jaguars come right back down, they score again. Bengals punt. Jaguars come down the field again, up 14-7, and Trevor Lawrence throws a pick to Dax Hill. Thank you, Dax Hill. Kind of changed momentum a little bit for the Bengals. And Lawrence just didn't play very well after that. But the first couple of drives, man, the scripted plays, he was all about it. And then you see him and Liam Coen kind of getting at each other. Yeah.
Yeah, the shake-off.
I like that.
Lawrence,
it's not my team, so I'm fine with that. Like, I like the drama on the other teams. Yeah.
No, exactly. Especially fuck Liam Coen. So I'm here for it too. I'm absolutely here for it. I like to see him losing his team already. Week 2 already having a quarterback.
Obviously, you can see why they went ahead and traded Tank Bigsby last week, right? Because Rootin' Tootin' over here, the backup running back, that guy seemed like he had over 300 yards in the game. I know he only had like 70. But, man, it seemed like he took a little screen pass all the way down the field. He would run for like 20 yards each time he touched the ball. And I'm like, can we do something with this guy?
Tough calls, tough times. So they survived, though. We got it done. Despite losing Burrow, despite all the things that went wrong, they find a way to win.
I am happy with the 2-0 start. Disappointed about the news because they were like, because Brock Purdy also has turf toe going on right now, right? And he's only out 2 to 5 weeks. Yeah. I've never heard of so much turf toe in my whole life.
Yeah,
until this season. So
yeah, seriously. Yeah, turf toe's a weird one too. Like guys take forever.
He's out just 2 to 5 weeks. So I'm like, okay, if Burrow's out 2 to 5 weeks, that's fine. But 3 months, it's a long time. So one of the more exciting football games of the weekend.
Long time.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the Cowboys and the Giants. How fun was that game?
I ended up seeing most of that game, and that was a really good game. Just a typical shootout we all saw coming, with Russell Wilson just absolutely going off against the Dallas Cowboys defense. He threw over 400 yards, multiple touchdowns, a pick at the end there to kind of end it. But overall, a great day at the office for Russell.
That's crazy. That is crazy to think that Russell Wilson in 2025 is leading the league in passing yards.
And he fell off. So we're back, but yeah, that game was pretty great. And Javonte Williams is doing his thing over there with the Cowboys, still getting touchdowns. So it's actually been pretty interesting having these type of leaders. And Dak Prescott is, I think, number 5. He found a way to keep that scoring for the Cowboys. Dude, Malik Neighbors is a stud. It seems like the Giants just continue to find ways to draft really, really good wide receivers because Malik Neighbors is already high up in the statistics of like most catches in the first couple of years. The dude's an absolute dog. He's apparently really hard to cover because he seems to always be open. But despite all of that, despite Bland being out, the Cowboys defense managed. They're kind of bend but don't break type of mentality the whole game, letting the Giants get up into the red zone, but they had to settle for field goals. Brandon Aubrey Holy cow, this kid's got a leg on him, dude. The dude just is casually knocking the fucking 62-yarders into there. And, like, I wish Chase McLaughlin could get some of this kid's juju right now because holy cow, Brandon. Former Birmingham Stallion kicker as well. But yes, Brandon Aubrey is quite the freaking kicker right now. Absolutely nailing bombs. And it's very, very impressive. He's going to probably continue to do his thing, but he absolutely wanted the Cowboys that game. That one to tie it up, with 60-something, with like the last second from 60-something yards away. Just so impressive. Shout out. It's not often you see a kicker just dominating like that. And then, Russell Wilson gets himself an interception to end out the day, which was pretty sad for him. However, overall, Cowboys-Giants was a very impressive game. Another really close one was in that same time slot. Denver Broncos, Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have now gone 2 full games without ever punting the ball. They haven't punted it even once yet. That's wild. Isn't that wild? That's wild. It's absolutely crazy. No punting in that whole 2 games. Their offense, the Daniel Jones offense, is like we all expected. That he was just going to be amazing, and this offense was all going to flow. We all knew that coming into this year, so I don't think anyone's really surprised. But they find a way to get it done against Bo Nix and the boys. A lot of people had, Denver doing some really important stuff. For the Colts to start out like this, 2-0, still haven't punted. They're just rallying behind their boy Daniel. It's all terribly impressive. And, they get a last-second field goal to win the game in Lucas Oil Stadium and improve on the year. What a start for these guys. Is it the new young owner, maybe? Could it be? Is that what's driving them? Who knows? Either way, sports fans, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're sorry that yelling from the couch himself, Mr. Brett, seems to have disappeared. We blame Riverside. Sure, we'll blame Riverside for this whole thing. Some type of internet connection problems. But we really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's very sad about Joe Burrow. Nobody likes to see the stars of the league getting injured. So just for that, look, Brett's back in time. Perfect. Brett, I was just about to wrap up here with the fans. Can you hear us?
Back. Yes.
Here he is.
Oh, this is driving me
Yes.
crazy.
There you are.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, he's back. Hi. No worries. It's good. I was talking about the Cowboys, and then I talked a little bit about Denver.
What did you think about that call?
Denver and the Colts game.
What did you think about that call before we sign off here? The Denver leverage.
I didn't see it, but it sounds like nonsense to me. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I didn't see it live, so whatever. It sounds like there was a lot of weird calls this week, dude. The referees like to be heavily involved. They had a lot of calls against Houston. Some Bucs fans feel like we had too many calls against us. I just feel like the referees.
I think they'll chill out here in a few weeks. Get them a few weeks of reps out there for them.
Oh, he's gone. I think that's what Brett would say. I think he would say that the refs in general just need to chill and stop doing so much of their stuff.
On some of these calls.
Anyway, sports fans, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Yelling from the Couch. Thank you to Brett for hosting me and having me over from Sports by Compian.
Thanks for
joining.
We
hope you folks enjoyed. Sorry that Brett was hopping in and out. It was
next week.
A lot of entertainment from me. But either way, we're out of here.